for some reason we don't have enough suction right here, so the leaves are backed up a little bit. You can see this one we never touched. That's for the drain, only for when we're opening the pool. The water is below the skimmer basket and you need to run the filter. If the water's too low, that you only run it for 2 days out of the year. That's the first day when you're first opening, and then when you're closing it, you blow the vacuum through there and blows the air out. The bubble from the vacuum, the bubbles come out from there and you could see it blows the water and air out of the line, so you could seal it for the winter. But you never run it on the filter when in the summer mode when there's people in there, especially when there's people, because it's a safety hazard. You could get stuck on the drain, so you always leave that turned off and the safety cover right there. And also the vacuum cleaner could get stuck on the drain. This one we had it on just the right side skimmer. Now we have, and this side's for the left side skimmer, so we have mostly on vacuum right here on the right side of the pool. This would be equal balance. You could see he's still going pretty slow. We'll have to check with the pressure and everything in a few minutes. Maybe he's still neutralizing the balance and the water out. Hold on. The pressure is really low right now. It's not accurate. Oh, it's starting to build up. We're about 5 psi. Usually it's between 10 to 18. It's higher up near 20 if it's dirty. Sure. It's all right now. We're at 10 psi. It should go a little bit higher. Oh, usually it doesn't get full psi while you're doing this. Okay, you can see we're switching it to 100% now to Hayward. We put him on 95%. You can see he's starting to climb the walls better now. But if he starts to come out of the pool, that's too much pressure. You can see there's Hayward. He's going to work. Getting some action. Oh boy, he has too much pressure. You can see he's getting all that dirt right there. We added more pounds to him. Instead of being 7.5 pounds, now he's 10 pounds on that skimmer, and this skimmer has about 3 to 5 pounds. We'll have to check the pressure gauge. The vacuum bucket from Hayward, which he picked up from the vacuum cleaner, you dump this out and then you put it back in before you do a backwash. Belly moving, it has 1 psi, so we're gonna switch it back to 75% Hayward and 3 psi for the leaves, because it's not sucking any leaves in now. You can see now the leaves are coming in much faster now because we turned more pressure on the skimmer, and we lowered Hayward, so he should be going normal speed now. Okay, you can see Hayward's plugged into the left skimmer basket, but I mean a crack right there, you see that? So he's losing pressure and he's going really slow. He's barely able to climb the walls. But I think last year we plugged him in that skimmer basket and he was going much faster. We're gonna try it out. And we put the vacuum on this side, but right now we only have 3 pounds on here, so we had to put it up to 7 pounds. Okay, right now we have 7.5 pounds on this side, psi. We're gonna switch it over to 7.5 on that side. See, he's moving much faster. Look at his flips right there. He's flying. We might have to slow him down. We still haven't seen him really climb the walls yet. We'll have to monitor him for another 10 more minutes. At least he's going up to the shallow end right there. Sometimes he gets stuck in the corner wall for a few minutes. And there he goes a little bit because he has a lot of pressure. He's going out and he spins in circles all day. Here's an example of buoyancy. You can see there's air trapped in the line in the water, so the air is more, it floats more, water is more dense and heavier, so there's not enough water for him to sink back down, so that's why he's floating up, because there's a lot of air in the line, because it's more buoyant. It's making him float, rise up. Okay, right here there's a lot of air in it, so we got to push some water down right there. You see, look, all that air bubbles coming up. Right there, you'll see the bubble right there. You can see all the bubbles trapped in the line. We're trying to push the water back in. See, look at all those bubbles up there right there. That's what came out of the Hayward vacuum cleaner. That's why he's floating. You can see he's now going to start to sink. Also, if that doesn't work, you can come over here. You just take him out right here. And you always, this should be water, but hold on, you always fill it up with water. See right there, the air bubbles, you want to get all the air out and fill it with water. And then you put it into here. You hook him up, and then that, look, you can see he just sank back to the bottom now. Because this water's more dense, there's more water in him now, in the Hayward pool vacuum cleaner. Okay, right here we're talking about swim bladders, like the fish, how they adjust their buoyancy, like how you saw with the Hayward vacuum cleaner, they regulate their buoyancy with the water column of the depth right there in the water. We're going to show you as I go down to the bottom. Like scuba divers, we pressurize our air we blow our nose and blow out of our nose right there to pressurize so we don't get a headache, and every few feet, and so we don't get a buildup of pressure in our head like on a plane. Scuba diving, like right here, well, I'm snorkeling right now, and also like when you go up a mountain, like when we go to Vermont, as you go up the hill, it's like about a few thousand feet or something. or a few hundred feet, and then it could cause barotrauma if you come up too quickly, or cause the bends, which is barometer and pressure. Okay, barotrauma is headaches, it could cause nosebleeds, joint pains, could even cause you to be paralyzed and fatal if you come up way too quickly, and also cause ruptures in the cell membrane by expanding in the body. And also when you see like in the shower and it's lighter over there, that means it's less deep. Right here it's darker like in the ocean, that means it's deeper water right here, so you can tell by the darker water how deep the water is. And when you come up too quickly, it could cause the bends, as I mentioned, and rapidly causing nitrogen to enter your bloodstream and form into your lungs, and it's like a soda carbonated beverage. Water is 8 times heavier than the air also. When you go down, your lungs, they shrink as you go down. As you come back up, they expand and go back to normal size. Thermocline right here. Thermocline is the deeper you go, it's the temperature gradient. This is like a meteorologist or weather term. Like as you go deeper, it gets cooler because the cold air is more dense and it sinks down to the bottom by the drain. Our pool, it's not much of a difference. Or if it's 80 degrees up here at the top in the shallow end, it might be 78 degrees. Okay, we're going to show you how you pressurize your nose every few feet so you don't get pressure built up in your nose. Here we go. Obviously, we wouldn't really do this in real life when the pool is much deeper, but here's an example of what the bends looks like. Oh man, I haven't been.